Today's topic is Golgi tendon organs. Now, this Golgi tendon organ, it is another stretch receptor like muscle spindle, but it is present in tendons. Okay, so it is a high threshold stretch receptor located in tendons and musculo-aponeurotic junction. Usually 10 to 15 muscle fibers are connected in series with one Golgi tendon organ, and each Golgi tendon organ basically consists of group of nerve ending covered by capsule of connective tissue. Now this Golgi tendon organ supplied by 1B type of sensory nerve fiber, and nerve fiber supplying Golgi tendon organ ramifies into branches. Okay, so there is a various branches of 1B, and each branch ends in form of knob. Okay, so this is structure of Golgi tendon organ present in tendons. Now it is stimulated when tension is produced in a group of muscle fiber to which the organ is connected, and basically it is responsible for detecting muscle tension in each small segment of muscle. And when muscle tension increases, signals from Golgi tendon organ are transmitted through group 1B fibers to spinal cord, and this signal excite inhibitory neuron which inhibit alpha motor neuron, and so there is a relaxation of muscle occurs. Now, what is Golgi tendon reflex? Okay, it is also known as an inverse stretch reflex. It is disynaptic reflex, and a receptor for this reflex is Golgi tendon organ. So when muscle contract, muscle tension increases, and Golgi tendon organ detects this tension and send impulses through 1B fibers. Okay, 1B fiber. In this figure you can see this is muscle. So when there is a increased muscle contraction, and if increases tension, excessive tension is there, then and then this Golgi tendon organ is stimulated, and they sense this exceeding tension and send signals through 1B fiber to the spinal cord through dorsal nerve root. And in spinal cord, group 1B efferent stimulate the inhibitory interneurons, and inhibitory interneurons releases inhibitory mediator neurotransmitter glycine, which inhibits the alpha motor neuron and cause relaxation of muscle that was originally contracted. So physiological role of this reflex is protective function. Okay, it is protective reflex, and a reflex has been described as a protective because strong and potentially damaging muscle force reflexively inhibits muscle from damage. Now another thing, a regulation of tension during normal muscle activity is a more important role of this reflex. This reflex has been described as a autogenic inhibition, which indicates that force generated when muscle contracts is the stimulus for its own relaxation. Okay, that's why it is called autogenic inhibition. Now clasp knife reflex, it is an exaggerated form of Golgi tendon reflex. Okay, and it is seen in disease of corticospinal tract. So in this disease there is a hypertonicity and plasticity of muscle occurs. Okay, so what is a presentation of a clasp knife reflex? For example, when arm is hypertonic, there is an increased sensitivity of muscle spindle in extensor muscle. So in arm, for example, tricep muscle is there, so it causes resistance to flexion of the arm. Okay, and tension in triceps increases to the point at which it activates the Golgi tendon reflex and causing triceps to relax and arm to flex. And now flexion is like a jackknife. Okay, it is sudden. So initially there is a resistance because of this hypertonicity and spasticity of muscle, and when this reflex is developed, Golgi tendon reflex is developed, there is a sudden flexion of arm occurs. Okay, so it is known as a clasp knife reflex, and physiological name of this reflex is lengthening reaction, because it is the response of spastic muscle to lengthening. Now another reflex is withdrawal reflex. It is polysynotic and also known as a flexor reflex. Receptor are nociceptors, pain receptors. Okay, as we know that pain receptors are free nerve endings of A delta and C fibers. Effector organ is skeletal muscle. Okay, now withdrawal reflex and cross extensor reflex. So effector organ, as we know that, is muscle. So effector organ of withdrawal reflex is muscle basically. So there is a withdrawal of limb. Okay, and what is the response of withdrawal reflex? So first there is a local sign, so it depends on stimulus. Okay, if mild stimulation is there, then there will be a local sign. It is also known as a one limb response. Okay, one limb response. So reflex response in each case generally serves to effectively remove limb away from the irritating or painful stimulus. Therefore, if individual accidentally touches the hot stove, it is likely that he or she will jerk only the hand away from the stove. Okay, so it is known as a one limb response. Okay, so in this figure you can see, okay, so these are flexor group of muscle and these are extensor group of muscle. Okay, and here A delta and C fiber nociceptors. Okay, so when any painful stimulus is applied to this receptor, okay, now A delta and C fibers enter into the dorsal root and stimulate interneurons, and further it stimulates alpha motor neuron. Okay, so alpha motor neuron supplying flexor group of muscle. So there is a contraction of flexor group of muscle. Simultaneously it also stimulates inhibitory interneuron which inhibits extensor group of muscle. Okay, and that's why there is a flexion. Okay, flexion. So flexion of limb occurs, flexion of joint occurs. So it is withdrawal of limb from the painful stimulus. Okay, so it is one limb response. It is also known as a flexor response. Now cross extensor reflex response or two limb response. Okay, so when strong stimulus is applied to limb, okay, if stimulus is so strong and a painful stimulus applied to limb, okay, response includes not only flexion but withdrawal of limb but also extension of opposite limb, and this cross extensor response is produced by the interneuronal pathway. Okay, interneuronal pathway which crosses to the opposite side. Okay, interneuronal pathway, okay, from this side to this side to opposite side, crosses to the opposite side of the spinal cord. In lower limbs, cross extensor reflex allows one limb to support the body while other is raised off the ground. Okay, so it is also responsible for maintaining a posture, okay, during excessive irritating or painful stimuli. So one limb is withdrawn from means damaging stimulus, and one limb is responsible for managing posture, to maintain a posture. Okay, so it is known as a cross extensor reflex. So in cross extensor reflex, you can see here, so it travel from this side to this side, opposite side, and it stimulates interneuron. Okay, and it is inhibitory interneuron. So there is an inhibition of alpha motor neuron of flexor group of muscle in contralateral side, and it stimulates alpha motor neuron of extensor group of muscle. So totally opposite in ipsilateral side. Ipsilateral side means at this side there is a application of painful stimuli. Okay, same side where painful stimuli is applied. Okay, so this is ipsilateral side and this is opposite or contralateral side. So contralateral side totally response is opposite. Here flexor group of muscle are inhibited because of involvement of inhibitory interneuron, and extensor group of muscle are excited or contracted. Okay, so this is known as a cross extensor reflex. Next lecture will be on property of reflex. Thank you.